Hey guys, what's up? It is your girl Shanice and I'm back with a new video. I'm here today with my labor and delivery story. I know you guys have been waiting for it and I want to tell you guys, excuse the background. My dad's living room is turned into Azaya's bedroom. Like, we have everything out here between my room and the living room. Everything is all over the place, so excuse the background, but it is what it is. I want to knock this video out real quick. I don't know how my camera setup is looking. I lost my fucking tripod. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I gotta get this video out to you guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on my labor and delivery story. When I turned like 38, 37 weeks, I don't remember if you watched my baby shower video, whatever, how many weeks I was at that time, I went ahead and went to another doctor's appointment. My blood pressure was high, so he sent me to the emergency room, and I tried to go to like Wendy's or something to eat something kind of salty so my blood pressure would be up so that way they could keep me and then induce me, but that shit didn't work, so they sent me home. And so the next doctor's appointment I had, he was telling me that okay, if nothing works or whatever, then you will, if you don't go into labor by a certain time or don't dilate by 39 weeks, we're going to go ahead and induce you. And I was like, okay, cool, fine. But he wanted me to go to the hospital again, and he was like, if they send you home at the hospital again, then that's when we'll make the appointment. And I was not having it, so I was like, I'm not going to the fucking doctors. My mom called me and was like, just go, I'm coming home. I'm gonna do some things to get you to go into labor, like the castor oil and everything like that. So I was just over it. I was like, I'm not going to this hospital. It's not about to happen. Nah, you can cancel that. So I'll go home. My mom gets in town like a week before I go, like, you know, get my induction done. So because I did get induced. So my mom comes home. She gives me the castor oil. We get these Promise Eves. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but these little pills. Took those, had pineapple, you know, all the things that get you to try to go in labor. None of that stuff worked. So after the next week came, when I turned 39 weeks, they gave me a phone call. I was supposed to have a doctor's appointment Tuesday. That was like every time I turned, well, I turned a new week every Sunday, but I had a doctor's appointment every Tuesday. So that Monday they called me like, Miss Cain, you're supposed to be here like 8 o'clock this morning to get your induction done. And I'm like, what? Nobody told me anything. You know, the last doctor's appointment they told me that I would have to figure something out or whatever. So they were like, well, let's see what we can do. And then the woman called me back and told me to come in like at 5 o'clock. So I go in at 5 o'clock, like a little bit before 5 o'clock. My mom takes me or whatever. We get all checked in and everything, because I've been prepared for like weeks. Like, I had already packed my bag and got everything together, got her bag together and everything. So we get there, they check me into a room. I think they started putting me on Pitocin like a few hours after I had been there, so they didn't like technically do it right away. So they put me on the Pitocin eventually. The Pitocin didn't really do anything. Then they were like, okay, well, you're not dilating at all, so we're gonna have to do this little like Foley balloon thing that they put up in you. It's like this little balloon, and they put it up inside you, and it starts to, I think, expand. So when it expands, that means you have opened up enough. Like, when it falls out, you've opened up enough for, you know, a certain amount of dilation. You should be in labor by then. Little old me didn't work, so me and my mom like walked around the hospital over and over again. I was having contractions and everything like that, and eventually the ball did fall out. So I was having the contractions. It felt like I was going into labor and everything like that. Walking the hallways, I had to stop and, you know, pace myself because I was like really just not having it. Pause, hold that thought. I'm back. I had to feed my child. But anyway, so at that time, like I'm saying, I'm walking around, I'm having the contractions and everything like that. Eventually I had to go to the bathroom, and the ball just like feels like I could feel it. Felt like it was about to come out, so it just popped out. So they're thinking, okay, you must have dilated to at least a 3, because I should have been at least at a 3 by this time. They're like, no, you haven't dilated, you're like at a 2, like at a medium 2. So they're like, they try to do this other thing where they give you this stuff to put in you, but the first time that the dude tried to put the thing inside of me to like loosen me, is like some kind of medicine or something that like loosens up your cervix and everything like that. when he tried to do it the first time, he scratched my vagina, like, so he scratched everything up, so everything burned. Anything they did to my vagina, I cried. Like, it just hurt so bad, and I was so over it. So the next day comes, and I'm just like, nah, y'all been messing with my shit too much. Like, I can't do it. Y'all gonna have to do something else. Like, y'all gonna have to get this together, because I'm not going for it. Okay, so eventually they're like, okay, well, we're gonna do this medicine stuff again. If the medicine stuff doesn't work, then we're just gonna go ahead and break your water. So that stuff didn't work once again, so they wind up going ahead and break my water. And they were like, well, if you don't dilate after your water gets broken, then we're just gonna have to give you the C-section. So we had doctors coming in and out. Mind you, my mom is getting on my nerves because she is like over it. She's just like, give her the C-section, and I want to have this baby natural so bad, to the point where I wasn't even taking meds. Like, I was just going through my contractions just like whatever. They were like, you're not in labor, but I'm having the contractions. They're on the, you know, the little thing that they have like the little computer with your contractions on it, and I was having strong ass contractions, but I just was not dilating at all. So what got me through my contractions was trap music. I had my headphones on, my big headphones, and I was just chilling, listening to my trap music, like not listening to anyone, and just doing my thing. So so the 28th, this is the 28th when they broke my water. 29th is when my daughter was born, when I got the C-section. Early that morning I wake up, they're like, you haven't dilated, so you're going to be getting a C-section done. They didn't really give me any time. They were just like, okay, you got to get ready, da 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 da. I just started bawling out crying because I really did not want to have a C-section. It wasn't even, I had already got my gallbladder taken out, like, you know, in what, 2015, like the end of 2015, November. So I had already got my gallbladder taken out, but I was nervous because I'm like, I'm going to have a newborn, I'm getting a cut down there, I don't know how it's gonna feel, blah 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 blah. So they go ahead and she's making noises. They go ahead and get me all ready for my C-section, everything, and the guy was super cool that did my the anesthesiologist. He was like really cool, and he was like gay or whatever. So he was just having like conversation, asking me, have I had this, have I had that, have I had that, or whatever. And they put me on the table, and I remember everything from my C-section. I know some people die out and they don't remember anything. I remember everything. I was up talking, telling them I wanted food, and asked them was I naked, and blah blah blah, and I couldn't wait until I could have like real food because I had been, certain stuff you can't eat when you're pregnant. So I was having them tripping out, like I was over there tripping. So yeah, I remember I get on the table, they made me bend over, you know, crouch down to do the needle. The needle didn't hurt at all. I took it like a G. Then I just started drowsing out. I did feel like I was gonna throw up while I was on that like stuff, while I was on that medicine or whatever. And then she popped out. So after my surgery, same thing again. I'm still up, I'm still talking. They're like, well, nobody can see the baby probably till later in the afternoon because she's gonna have to take a nap and wake back up. They rolled me into my room, and I was on full alert. You want your baby? Yes, I want my baby. Bring my baby here. She was born at 10:56 on June 29th, 10:56 a.m. in the morning. And like, it was the best moment ever. I just started crying because they told me that like at my little appointments when I was getting ultrasounds done every week, if you watch my updates then you know that, so I had to get that done every week. And the ultrasounds, they were telling me that she was going to be like 7 pounds. She was going to be like pushing 8 pounds. So she came out 5 pounds 14 ounces. By the time we went home, she was 5 pounds 7 ounces. Technically she was a preemie baby. None of her clothes fit. Everybody used to tell me, don't get newborn clothes, don't get newborn clothes, don't get newborn diapers, don't get a lot of those. And I didn't get really any newborn diapers. I didn't really get any newborn clothes. And my daughter was peensy. Like, I'm talking about peensy. And I guess that's probably why, hold on, say hey. Say I 3 months today. Say I 3 months. She's like, I'm not paying attention to them. But anyway, I think that's probably why it took me so long to do a video, because I was just so in shock to how little she was. I mean, she was so tiny. And I was looking at her pictures last night on my phone. I was just like, where did this little baby come from? Like, where did the little baby go that I had? Like, she was so tiny. She's still tiny. She's like a doll baby, literally. But she was literally like a doll baby when she first came out. And I think that's why I was so like protected over her, because like I didn't want to post her. She was so little, and I was trying to enjoy those moments. And I'm telling you guys, it just flies by. You never understand until you have your own. It just flies by. So anyway, my daughter did so good with her shots. She did good with her first bath. She did good with latching on the first time with breastfeeding. So let's go ahead and get into my postpartum. So postpartum is it has its days. So me being a new mom, it was very stressful. My mom was there with me up until I went home after day 5. So I was there from Monday to Saturday. I went home Saturday evening because I was having some problems with my bowels and they were just like doing the most, so they didn't want to send me home. She got discharged, but I didn't, so of course she was with me, and we just all cut up in the hospital until it was time for me to go home. So me going home, it was like I came home to chaos. The house was a mess. I was like upset, and I like things to be a certain way. So I go in my room, you know, I have my dog and everything, and she's like really excited and antsy, and I'm dealing with the C-section. But mind you, the C-section didn't even really kill me. Like, I wasn't even really in a lot of pain from the C-section. It was just like normal. I was up doing stuff that I usually would do after she got to sleep. But I will tell you that it's very stressful as a single mom, coming home with a newborn baby, not knowing what to do, people yelling, screaming. She sleep all the time at this time, so I had to go off. Like, as soon as I got home, I was ready to beat ass, you know. I was like ready to rumble, because this is my baby, and I had to make sure that she was okay. So that was all I was worried about. But yeah, postpartum, I have went through postpartum depression. It's very stressful. You get stressed out when a baby cries and you don't know what to do. You don't know exactly what they want. At the time I was breastfeeding, so I was really tired. So I'm breastfeeding. When she's not on the boob, I'm pumping. When I'm done pumping, she's ready to eat again. So I started doing bottle feedings, and then when she's done with her bottle, then I gotta pump again. I gotta pump again. I gotta pump again. So I went for about a whole month. Oh no, about 2 months straight pumping consistently. Like, pumping from July when I came. I started pumping like the beginning of July, and up until the middle of August, I was still pumping. So I had a big freezer stash of milk, and now I did a lot because I wanted her to be able to eat before I had to go do the stuff like get the milk, and having like 9 cans of milk was like $100 something, because this little girl is on sensitive milk, so it's like $35 for a I don't even know how big the can is. I think they're like 12 ounces can, and they don't last you long. So it's very expensive to have a baby, and I'm doing it all by myself. Hold on. Hello. Alright guys, I'm sorry, my dad called and I got all sidetracked, so I don't know exactly what I was talking about. But yeah, postpartum, I think that's the last thing I was talking about. Postpartum is very real. It's very hard to deal with the child, especially when you're doing it all by yourself. I do it all by myself. I take care of her, but it's very expensive, and it's time consuming. You want to spend as much time as you can with your child. I'm blessed enough where I can be a stay-at-home mom. I mean, I gotta do things to make money, but at the same time I get to be with my child all the time. I get to teach her things, and she's very advanced. She's doing things that a 3-month-old should not be doing already. But I'm very proud of my child, and I'm glad that I get to be her mother, and I get to be a part of her life. I just will tell you guys, if you are pregnant with a child, or you're thinking about having a child, just have in your mind that it's very much expensive. You are going to want to have a break, and I'm not a person who lets my child go with everyone. So I know there are certain females who let their child, you know, go with this person and let that person watch them, and people always like, oh, Shanice, I'll watch her, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you. But I'm just real picky, because you just never know about people. You got to watch people, you just never know. And the company they keep, you got to watch them too. So I'm very antsy and, you know, about my child. So anyway, this is my little princess, and I love her to death. And before I end this video, because I think I've pretty much let everybody know everything that went on. Right now she's about 9 pounds some change. She's like already lifting her head up really well. Like I told you guys in my last video, if you watched that, she is trying to crawl. She's really trying to crawl. Like, she scoots a lot already. So yeah, she's doing the most. She does have her own Instagram at Azaya Lee Marie. The Lee is spelled L-E-I. It's all together, Azaya Lee Marie. It'll be in the description box below. What else? That's pretty much it as far as her is concerned. Like I said, she does have that Instagram. I meant to let you guys know in my last video. I already let you guys know my Instagram is at I am Shanice Chanel. My Snapchat is at Red Janelle. All of those will be in the description box below if you need to know how to spell it. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I told you guys in the last video to let me know down below what you want to see. So don't get mad at me if I disappear again and y'all like, where'd she go? Because I don't have nothing to do. But I do want to start giving you guys some story times and stuff like that. Just, you know, stuff to kind of let my new subscribers in on me, because a lot of people don't know me and I've changed a lot. Like, you guys, I'm such a new person. Like, I'm still the same Shanice, but at the same time I'm a whole different person. I look at life totally different than I used to. So I'm a free spirit. Like, I'm chilling, I'm enjoying life. So I need to catch you guys up on that. But anyway, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And by the way, I'm not breastfeeding anymore. If you guys wanted to know, I am a plant smoker, for those who don't know, and I like to be free. And my daughter was getting to the point where she was getting very, very lazy and not really want to be on the titty, so therefore we kind of started to transition into bottle feedings, which was formula and everything. I was mixing formula and breast milk, just breast milk, and I didn't have one of those children that is super bougie. She's bougie, but she's not bougie when it comes to her food. She's like, look, I gotta do what I gotta do, I gotta eat. So she eats. I have one bag of breast milk in the freezer left, but I'm still getting milk. Now, I'm not going to get on the topic of is breast milk still safe if you smoke marijuana. We're not going to get onto that conversation, so we're just going to leave that alone. But I still get like lots of milk, and I guess it's because she's 3 months now, so she needs to press out more. So I'm about to start pumping again. I don't know if I'm going to let my child have it or anything, but I am going to be pumping, like, to get this milk out of me, because like nobody got time for leaking titties all the time. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Love you so much. Bye.